Hey, I didn't know you were still here. Were you waiting for me this whole time? You didn't have to. You know how my family is. They're very busy people. Would you like to walk home with me? Awesome. We better get going. The weather's gonna get worse if we hang around any longer. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen this place so quiet. I wonder if something's going on. I think they'd be honored to meet you. They already know a lot about you from what I've told them. You know, from our little adventures. It's just that we're a very busy family, and they don't have much time to meet a lot of people. But maybe someday. Most of them work at the church. Others are either at college or freelancing. Do you enjoy working on the grounds? Well, I'm glad. My family and I appreciate it a lot. A sighting? That's certainly odd. Can you tell me what happened? That does sound concerning. I'll make sure to tell my family about this. The police as well. It isn't something you normally hear about, especially near the grounds of a church. Ew. Stay close. Don't try to run. We're not safe. Your home isn't far, is it? What's happening is something bad. We need to get to your house. I'll answer everything when we get there, I promise you. But right now, it isn't safe. You have no authority over us here. We have an agreement.
Silence, child. Obeisance is the only thing I require from you and your meager ilk. I am the authority. You are stumbling onto my territory. No silly little angel is going to tell me what to do. Are we understood? And who is this? My dear little mageling. You invest far too much of yourself in blending in with the likes of your lessers.
Leave them alone. They're innocent. A friend.
Delightful. How about we test your friendship? With a wager of sorts. What is more important to you, Tegan? Your pathetic little mortal friend here, or our guild's agreement? Go on, make your choice. 10, 9, 8.
Run. Go home. Get as far away as you can.
It really shouldn't come as a surprise, my child. No matter how you may rail against fate, the outcome is already decided. You can run. You can hide. But you're already mine. Oh, how delicious. The cascading waves of despair rolling off of you are just intoxicating. Never mind her. Bastard child of a feather duster. No. I think she's even more reason for me to keep you all to myself. Wouldn't you agree? Of course you would. Just as you were always fated to fall into my hands. Now come along. I have plans for you.
No.
Isn't that so, darling? The dreams of babes and how they overlap the reality of the situation you find yourself in. Surely you wouldn't deny me a taste of vindication by being unconscious and avoiding my attention. Did you think your vulgar clawing was enough to break my bonds? You can strain until you're blue in the face, but all that would do is stoke the fire settling in your chest. You already know deep down, don't you? No, my dear prize, you belong to me now. Just as your little soul slithered and squirmed so eagerly for my touch, your body will learn to expect and crave my ministrations. Your mind may be able to resist for now, but your body knows its place is pinned right here, firmly beneath my heel, metaphysical or otherwise. I would invite you to take comfort in the luxuries of my abode, but I can see you've already picked out your favorite spot. I'm nothing if not a gracious hostess, and I think you'll find things can be quite favorable if you indulge in your baser instincts. Though if you feel the need to resist, please don't hesitate to indulge in that as well. I would love a chance to find out what your soul hides behind each flayed layer of nerve and sinew being used to strop my collection. We could bond over it. Now, my pet, I will only ask sweetly just this once. What makes you so special that the Cloud Wasters have taken an interest? You can't expect me to allow such a discourteous answer to go unpunished. No, you would expect me to reward it with what you wanted. maybe you do need a firmer hand to guide you. Something Tegan could never give, I'm sure. Tell me, have you ever heard of a mage? Well, that is what your special friend Tegan is. But what differentiates Tegan and myself from the fictional mages in your little stories is that we can only perform the singular type of magic we're assigned. One must belong to a certain guild, you see. Unfortunately, mages in our world cannot use every kind of magic. That honor goes to one specific group, but we're not going to talk about those abominations. As for dear Tegan, she was raised under the wings of angels. It's not like her at all to lie to a friend and then do nothing to save them. I wonder if she truly values you at all. Oh. And now the needle goes through your index finger. Have you forgotten the rules so quickly? Or did you want to break them, so we can rush along with our little playtime? I promise you, there are so many more things we have to experience together. There's no need to rush anything. I did, however, promise to sate your every thirst. I suppose it is my duty as a hostess to teach you right from wrong. Let's make a game of it. For now, I'll leave every rich morsel I can in a trail of breadcrumbs. And all I require in return is for you to be a good little rodent and gobble them up. You can make your assumptions from there. But a game isn't a game if there is no risk. Let's play and think up the repercussions as we move along. We are the ones that fester in the far corners of the never-lit, and wait until you're at your most pliable. We are the few that slaver and sup on your every nightmare, with fangs bared toward the inner soul. We are the many that grasp the balance of pain and pleasure between fingertips both blissfully firm and agonizingly soft. With all this in mind, my child, I say, let your thoughts go mad at this very moment. And with what temperament you can muster, find the one that will bring you sanity before you are forever bound to the edges of this waking abyss. Not quite. Although you are close, a devil I am not. Your little friend may walk under the wings of angels, but I walk under the claws of demons. Angels and demons have fought throughout the centuries. We are the ones who carry the fight still. That is your soul, dear child of mine. You won't be needing this silly little trifle anymore. No. You will yearn to fill that void with the most inventive and imaginative indulgences we can provide. And we are so very hungry to provide them. Rest now, my sweet. We have such marvelous pleasures to indulge in. When I allow you to, you may call me Dominatus. I am the officiator and proprietor of the demonic Magi, the current owner of the Devil's Tongue, and you, for that matter. If you'd like one last reprieve, I suggest you pray to whatever gods you used to believe in. Because the only thing keeping you as comfortable as you are is me. But I think you understand. At this point, there's no sense in melodrama. We've got all the time in the world together. It barely took any coaxing at all to take hold of your soul. Such a frail little thing, eager for the warm touch of another. It's almost a shame it comes so easily to an inferni. I did want to coax a bit more, but I suppose an extra punishment will have to suffice. You did ruin my fun, after all. Now that you well and truly belong to me, I think it's time we lay down some etiquette for you to abide by. House rules, if you will, my puppet. You are nothing more than a toy to me. You will sleep or speak only when I allow. Toys do not get to decide when or what they play with. Or who, for that matter. If I choose to indulge a fledgling torturer, allowing him use of your flesh in order to hone his trade, you will be delighted to assist in every single way. Failure to comply would mean that this gentle display would be but a fond memory, a dream of better times, as we take turns tearing the spouts and gobbets free from your soul. I can't wait to see what your little friend will think once your makeover is complete.
I saw it with my own eyes. Dominatus took my friend. Lord knows what she's doing to that poor soul. Can we do something? There's no time to be patient, deity. Not when my friend's in the grips of a demonic mage. I know this goes against all protocol, but what other choice do I have? I practically led my friend to their doom, and I did nothing to stop it. The council, they're nothing but apathetic time wasters with no respect for anyone but themselves. The only thing that they care about is the power they cling to. They are tired of the conflict between our kind, the arguments year after year. Everyone knows of it, but they do nothing about it. But it seems I have no choice. Very well. Summon the council. But know this. If they fail, if they falter, then I'm going in. And I'm going to save them myself.